Welcome to HQ. I'm your host, Josh McMillan. We got the hardest questions, the realest answers, and the biggest names in West Palm Beach. This is SPRITEMILLI.
What's up, yo?
I'm Josh McMillan. We're going to ask some hard questions.
Thank you for having me.
All right, now we're happy to have you on here. How about first you tell us who you are?
I'm SPRITEMILLI, the one and only.
Where are you from?
I'm from Florida, West Palm Beach. Born and raised, second generation.
There's often a debate about authenticity in rap. How do you define authenticity and how important is it to your art?
It's very important to me. I think it's probably the most important thing when it comes to my career. As far as authenticity, how I would define it would be if that artist is a brand. Are they a brand? Can they consistently put out a banger after banger over time, solidifying them as a Hall of Famer? You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson was a brand. He consistently went above and beyond his
He stayed true to his brand.
Yes, and he kept going.
So what do you think immediately makes somebody a fake rapper?
If they're not really trying. But
They're
I mean,
there for the
if
money.
you're rapping and it's recorded and it's out there, you're a rapper. But I wouldn't call you a fake rapper. It depends on what you mean by fake. If they're fake, they're fake.
What is your definition of fake?
Like a fake rapper would be like somebody who's rapping about something they don't have or they're not really doing.
Just posing?
Right, like that would be like a fake rapper.
Makes sense.
To me, in my opinion.
Some rappers have been accused of fabricating or exaggerating their life stories for commercial gain. What do you think about that? Like, do you think when they exaggerate on the track, talk about all their guns and all their cars so that they can get to having all those guns and cars, do you think that's a bad thing to in a sense, project?
I'm sure they do. I mean, that's a very narrow perspective on the industry. I mean, there's definitely 50-50 because there's people out here that do that, and then there's people out here that really do that.
Makes sense.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
All right. What's a big misconception that a lot of people have with you and with the rap industry that you could, kind of kill that misconception right now?
That I don't like R&B. Because I be really wanting to serenade a female, you know what I'm saying? I want to look them dead in the eye and tell them, you set my soul on fire, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people think when they see me at the shows or at an event or how I jump out the Suburban so quick and so fast, you know what I'm saying? They think I'm a phantom. But I got that Danny Phantom on me, but you know what I'm saying? They think I'm kind of like this person that's like, pull up quick, take off quick, you know what I'm saying? But really I'm there to like kind of vibe and just be this person that's like,
so you're saying behind the high energy, there's a lot of soul.
I'd love to pull up and walk in like Smooth Criminal and then fucking serenade some bitches on the stage. But as of right now, my music only pertains to hopping out like Navy SEALs, dropping some shit, and then taking off.
Do you think you'll ever get into R&B?
100%. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure I got some, if you would consider them that, but they're in the vault.
So why haven't you released any R&B yet?
Hey, I got hundreds of songs that I ain't released yet. And I'm not releasing no music until after I perform it.
Okay, so you're saying you got to get on more stages and it'll come.
Absolutely. So keep an eye out for the events.
Yeah, we want to see you on stages. Have you ever experienced racism or discrimination based? I mean, I know you're not black, but
I mean, as far as being a white person and getting well, actually, I'm not white. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I mean, if you're in a black hood, you're probably white. If you're in a white hood, you're probably black.
So I suppose, if you could narrow it down like that, but I at the end of the day, I'm Latino. I'm Spanish.
Yeah.
But I've never actually received it directly. Like, not as it, like, if someone was being racist to a black individual, for example, you can tell, like, immediately. Labeled, like, that was racism right there. Like, I've had some people discriminate me in other ways, like, maybe not because I was like, or maybe it was probably with that intention behind it. You know what I'm saying? That was the driving motive, but who knows? I mean, I've never seen it directly, but it was dealt with. Tell you that.
All right. No, that makes sense. I feel like it depends where you are too. I mean, obviously Florida culture, there's a lot of Spanish people. There's a lot of Spanish people listening to your music, so they're not going to be racist, of course.
I'm going to do a Spanish song too. Hey, shout out to the flea market over there on Lake West Road. They wanted me to perform a song every Friday, and they'd give me $100 for about 2 minutes, but I had to perform it in Spanish.
Oh.
Yeah, it was about a year ago, so I could probably holler at them.
Have you been on Duolingo in the last year? You been doing your daily Duolingo?
Yeah, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I practice it with my grandma.
Hey, what's the theme or the message to your music? Like, what drives it?
What drives the music?
Yeah, what's the message you're trying to put out there? What's the motives behind it?
Definitely that you can just be whatever you want. I just want to be so like unnormal, like you're not used to seeing somebody
So
like
unconventional.
me. Yeah, you're not used to seeing somebody like me. Like you look at me and you're like, damn, this motherfucker's so loud, visually, physically, metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy, and he gets away with it too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And I go and I shake the motherfucking stage. You know what I'm saying? I go in the booth, I do my thing, I shake the floors. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the ultimate goal is to show people that they can be whatever they want to be.
You really got a deep message. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're consistent with it, you should be fine.
Hey, what do you think makes a good rap song?
Definitely genuine, like being genuine. Because like if you're real genuine about it, it should flow. And you can tell when it's flowing. You can tell when somebody just was writing it just to write a song. You know
It's funny you say that because I really believe music has no language. There's tons of music, Russian, Georgian, there's all kinds of music, French, Italian, and you hear it and it captivates you instantly. You have no idea what the lyrics are. You have no idea what they're saying, but you can feel the genuineness of that artist.
Right, yeah, that's a very interesting way to look at it too, is because like, I mean, I feel like it's all based on the vibrations. You know what I mean? Just kind of like the vibe of it. If it feels good, it feels good. And if it comes out the way it does, and it does, because it's genuine, it's supposed to be like that. It was already meant to happen.
Yeah.
By God, thank God.
We've had music as long as we've had history, so there's definitely something to be said about the genuineness of it. How do you use social media to connect with your fans and promote your music?
Oh, I utilize it in every way you can imagine. I try to post all kinds of stuff when either it's like a show date, flyer, a snippet of my song, album cover, pictures of me doing something somewhere crazy, you know what I'm saying, where I probably shouldn't be, or if it's like me in the studio, you know what I'm saying, I utilize it to show all kind of things. I'm actually going to start, it's funny you mentioned that, because I'm actually going to make myself a SPRITEMILLI website where when you click it, the first thing you're going to see is just show dates, stuff like that. It'll be a good environment where fans or new fans or pre-existing fans can go listen, like have a direct way to stream my music, listen to it with no strings or nothing attached to it, and then they'll have a safe space to just kind of comment and leave their ideas on it, you know what I'm saying, with no judgment free type shit.
SPRITEMILLI's world.
SPRITEMILLI account, yeah, SPRITEMILLI's world, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna .com type shit, but we're behind the scenes working on a bunch of stuff right now as far as like music and how I utilize the internet. We're gonna be doing a lot of things. Merch is on the way, of course. I mean, a lot of people have been telling me I need merch or something like that.
Well, you got the lighters, you got the pens, you got the stickers,
right? Endorsement deals, some shit like that. Yeah, I got a couple endorsement or just kind of like affiliate link people that I'm working with right now. Like, got to get them on film. Yes, sir. Help them, help me.
You think social media is super predominant now in the culture? Like you have to have social media to be a successful rapper? Do you think you can make it without it?
You can make it without it, 100%. Because like someone else can record you if you're that good. Someone else would want to. At the end of the day, I think what makes me stand out from a lot of individuals who are trying to do what I am doing, because it works, I think what they miss is the fact that you have to actually be there in the present moment and show people like I'm out here actually trying to do this shit. I didn't just put it on my Instagram like a little snippet of what I had in my file. I just recorded it on my phone, you know what I'm saying? Some people can get away with that.
Being in the public eye.
Being out there, just showing face, showing like having a valid face card is definitely vital to a career when it comes to the entertainment industry, because you got to be out there. And there's people watching too.
Goes back to that branding.
Yeah,
being your own brand, right? Having
and be able to consistently show yourself, like show the fact that you're out there putting out new music, showing them that you have a story and you're progressing, keeping the fans up to date, which is what I try to do. And I know a lot of people get at me about that, but because I know I get in trouble. So my story is progressing, but you know what I'm saying, I got a little shit that I'm dealing with in behind the scenes or whatever. But I mean, we're gonna lock in this year, you know what I'm saying? We're getting this money on.
Hey, it's 2025. Time to lock in. How do you handle criticism or negative feedback? Do you get a lot of that?
I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I get a lot of negative feedback, 100%. A lot of people want to talk shit, but it's okay. I mean, I feel like if you don't have that, then you're probably not doing something right. Like, you need haters out there, you know what I'm saying? Because those are the ones. It's so much easier to talk shit about somebody than it is to actually uplift them when you're by yourself talking to someone. Like, oh yeah, did you hear that SPRITEMILLI's new song? It's real good, bro. That shit's cool. And I'm sure that happens like 90% of the time, because my shit is decent. My shit's hot, actually. Hot trash, whatever. It's so much easier to fucking say some bad shit. Someone would much rather say like, did you hear SPRITEMILLI fucking kick that chihuahua across the street because it fucking chased him down? You know what I'm saying? Like some crazy shit like that.
I see a lot of
lady came running out, fell down, had a heart attack. Police came, they caught him on the, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Pissing on the side of the street by his car, you know, some stupid shit. You know, they'd rather talk about that.
A lot of rappers and influencers out doing stupid shit just for the views. Like
the most things I do that for like some views or some, or just kind of not even for views. See, that's the crazy thing is like even when I try to break it down like that or even look at it in that perspective, it doesn't work because like the most I would do for views, and it's not even for views, it's just because I feel genuine, would be like one example was like one time I threw a bunch of money while I was performing. And I was just like, oh,
was it real money?
Yeah, bro. And I was just like, you know what? This will get the crowd rolling. Like this, I guess it was for the attention, but it was just kind of like in the moment it felt good. So I just kind of threw the money in the crowd while I was performing.
That's all right. I see a lot of those
cameras in there.
Yeah,
exactly. Talked about that.
Yeah, remember the videos of the guys punching people on the streets just for the views? Man, they were running up to people and just sucker punching them in the street.
For real?
Yeah, negative attention is still attention, right? People go about it the wrong way, just for the views. It's sad. It really creates a corrupt society because everyone's looking. And people are looking up to those guys. Oh man, look at these badass guys. Yeah,
like somewhere somehow there's
some kids think it's cool.
Somewhere somehow there's some type of balance. Like there has to be people to do that for there to be some kind of other better content. You know what I'm saying? Like
can't have good without bad, like without dark, and good without evil.
Yeah, like they were a part of a change in history that they don't even understand.
Interesting.
And it was big. It was beyond them, and they took a chance, and they did it. So you got to give them that, but. Come on, man. It's like punching people in the street. Lucky you ain't get killed.
Well, they were punching people that couldn't even defend themselves. Hey, what's been the most rewarding moment in your career so far?
Definitely just getting recognized by fans while I'm in public. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably like the coolest thing in the world. There's no the feeling to explain it. There's no words to explain the feeling that I get when I get noticed or recognition by a fan in public, like physically. It's crazy. Like I've had a person run up on me and hug me, and they had my flyer in their hand because I was putting them out, and they were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" It was so weird. And I just remember like running home and telling my people like, it's just so surreal. Like I just can't wrap my head around it. Like we walk on the same ground, we breathe the same air, but somehow you praising me like damn near about to cry just because you see me. Like it's just kind of strange.
Imagine the euphoric feeling of being Elon Musk or Donald Trump.
Yeah, right. Especially with that last video. I'm not even gonna do it, but you seen what I was about to do.
Yeah.
Even though I look like one. This thing on.
But you're Russian. You're thinking German though.
Oh yeah,
Russian,
right.
German. I get what you mean.
I didn't stay in school.
Yeah, well,
I didn't make it to high school.
Hey, if you could change one thing about the music industry, what would it be?
Nothing. I mean, I'd probably take Diddy out.
So you know, I would change one thing, and that's getting rid of all the people that are doing it for just for money. There's no soul in it. There's no real
I guess
authenticity to it. They're just there just to record, just to get the views, just to make the money. Once they make the money, they don't even they go off on something else. They think there's money in the rap game, so they get into it for that. There's a lot of industries like that where people are in it for the wrong reasons. You know, people want to be lawyers for the money. People want to be doctors for the money.
Right. And naturally, it'll naturally convert people to that. Like, yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who made a bullshit song and then were like, oh, ha, 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 as a joke. And then they started seeing fans like views and shit in their streams. And they were like, we can keep going. Let's just keep making more silly shit. You know
why not, right? You're getting paid for it.
It becomes something fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. Now, there's some funny shit that was good. I'm glad it got produced, but a lot of it is just garbage. And a lot of these artists that aren't really artists, they're just washed up strippers that make music, and everyone wants to. All these white kids in the suburbs want to be like these trap hoes and these dudes that were gangbanging. They don't realize how bad those people actually had it and how what they went through is not what you'd wish upon anybody.
Yeah, I don't think if you're trying to join the industry to try to portray something like that, then you should probably rethink your whole thing, because I don't know, you shouldn't narrow yourself to such a narrow like perspective on what you could look like or what you can create as far as sound and visuals. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to portray something bad. You could portray anything.
Yeah,
you can
look at NF.
Music about anything.
You ever listen to NF?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I mad respect. I'm not religious, but he's a Christian rapper. You listen to his music, you don't even notice that he's not swearing. He's not talking about growing up in the ghetto. He's not talking about any of those things that,
Yeah, even though I think he did.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
He may have. He's very authentic, very real, very himself, very unique, and speaks a really strong message without all the ghetto stuff, without all the posing, without the fake shit. And I didn't even realize he was a Christian rapper that wasn't swearing. You can put him right next to most rappers, and he holds up extremely well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And his message is pure. Right, so by no means do you have to act like anyone else. You can definitely be your own self, and you just got to be a good artist and put in the work. Where can people find your music, and where can people follow you?
Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, Google Music, anything music. Like it's on everything.
What's your handles?
SPRITEMILLI.
So I got a question though, because we got these SPRITEMILLI lighters here,
right. Yeah.
And it's got your OF link at Young Dagger D. What's that about?
Right. That's private.
That's private. You got it right on your lighters.
Yeah.
Give her the Dagger D.
Yeah, that's just a little something. I mean, if your eye gets caught by that first.
I just wonder about the meaning behind Dagger D. Like, is it like a little double-edged dagger like a little boot knife? Like it's small and sharp. So when you had a better story about your own, you're not a washed-up porn star.
Keep the lights on,
so their husbands can see from the cuck chair.
Or you could stare at their husband's photo on the wall.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever felt pressure to portray a certain image or persona that doesn't really align with who you are?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like the industry pushes you in a certain way?
I don't think like they actually can. But I mean, they definitely tried. Like I just got a text message not that long of a small company in the USA that was trying to get me to get like a custom coupon code, and then I were to get like 9 of their products for free. And normally it would be like, it would come out to like $500, but I only had to pay like $5 for shipping. And then if anybody signed up, I'd get like 80% of commission through my link. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about that money. You know me, but it's all green. But when I looked at their account, it just turned out to be like a whole lot of satanic stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really rolling with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't align with me. It doesn't. It would
staying true to yourself.
It would definitely send my career in a different direction. I'm sure people would be more interested about me, but I'm just not with that. I'm sure there are people are, and I pray for y'all. Yeah. I don't know. How
do you feel about non-black people saying the N-word in rap and in music? Like, do you think if Eminem would have been saying the N-word, it would have changed his career a lot?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. We'd probably be in a whole different universe. Like, it'd be a whole alternative universe. We'd like fucking, there'd already be atom bombs dropping on us and shit. Everything would be fucked up.
The butterfly effect?
Yeah, like Hollywood would be on fire. Oh, wait.
Hey, some people argue the commercialization of hip-hop has led to the dilution of the original message and the exploitation of artists.
Can you tell me what the original message was?
I think Wu-Tang. I think Army of Pharaohs.
Freedom of speech,
freedom of expression, freedom of speech, calling out government, calling out the ghettos. Yeah. Talking about like real things that matter. And you think when they commercialize it and they try to push it just towards young kids and what young kids want to hear, so they can get more views and more money. Do you think that dilutes hip hop?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an outlet for people. I mean, essentially, you can use it for whatever you want. Hopefully, you use it for the right reasons, or doing something that may look different to somebody else, to the masses, but it's working for you and you truly believe it is real to you.
Fair enough.
Just don't come around here with all that bullshit.
What legacy do you want to leave behind with your rap career? I know you said your message, but is there a specific legacy that you want to leave behind?
Keep watching, y'all find out.
What's your biggest goal for the future?
How far ahead in the future?
Let's say 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years. Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Let's start with 1. I'm gonna give me a pet alligator.
1 year pet alligator?
That's right.
Isn't that like a requirement? Like once you turn 21 in Florida, you have a pet alligator?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I actually already had one when I was younger.
Did you catch it or did it?
Somebody actually, I used to feed that motherfucker. Then somebody pulled up on the side of the road, jumped out their truck, grabbed it, and threw it in the bed of their truck and took off.
Damn, all right. Very Florida man, straight out of the...
Yeah, it's actually kind of sad.
Oh, it is. But what happened to it?
They probably ate it.
Fair enough. I've definitely been involved in that.
Oh, eating alligator?
Yeah, like illegal, caught, poached, however you want to put it. I grew up in the backwoods of Florida for a part of time, and yeah, it's the meat's all in the tail. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, man, this is We the Anglers. I just want to let that boy give a big shout out to himself and let everybody know what he's doing. What you got going on, man?
What's up, everybody? My name is Desi. I'm the CEO and founder of We the Anglers, fishing clothing company. You know, we represent a culture. So shout out to all the fishermen and fisherwomen out there. Go check us out, right? We the Anglers. We're on Instagram. Go check our website out. We got some merch dropped already, so big things coming.
Yeah, hell yeah, yo. Everybody go check that boy out. He's doing his thing. Shout out to the fishing community. They're all doing their thing. I think that's so beautiful that everybody can step out of their house and just go do something so cool that brings the community together. So I appreciate you being on here, man. I'm gonna let you go. But yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
So some advice that stuck with me forever. This is a piece of advice that I received from somebody that was very significant to me at a certain point in time. But he basically just told me, "Fuck you." You know what I'm saying? That's it. He literally said, if anything, at the end of the day, just remember you alone can do this. And that's fuck you. Fuck anybody. If they don't go along with what you're saying, if they're trying to stop you without even them knowing, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you.
No, it's for real.
I'll do my own thing.
Definitely. What's your opinion on artists that use the platform to speak on social issues like social injustices, racism, things like that? Like, do you think it's the responsibility of artists, social media influencers, people with power to touch on these issues and spread awareness or solutions to these issues?
I feel like anybody's allowed to do whatever they want. I feel like a lot of that has to do with the viewers, whether or not to know who they're listening to and if they're a credible source of information on what they're speaking about in particular. You know what I mean? Obviously, you'll know who that person is and what they're trying to get across. If what they're trying to get across is very valid and it would help the world, or, you know what I'm saying, like, in that regards, then it's probably good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely choose who you want to listen to. I mean, most people out there on social media and stuff have some kind of message on social injustices and social change and racism and BLM and LGBTQ HGTV plus.
That's all you see now.
But you gotta pick which ones. Yeah, which ones align with your values.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but that's what it is.
What do you think of the LGBT HGTQ plus movement?
I mean, I never met R2D2 myself. I think he's a pretty cool dude, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they say Star Wars was pretty woke. They had Wookiees, pink people, purple people. Where do you draw inspiration from? Like you're feeling uninspired, you're sitting at home, you're on the couch, and you're like, damn, I need to make some music. What is it that you're going to get up and do to inspire yourself? Or do you even believe in inspiration, really?
When it comes to certain things, I don't use inspiration as a tool to get me to do something. Like if I have something I'm trying to, like a goal to accomplish, I won't use inspiration because I feel like it'll go away eventually. And if it's a goal that I need to get done, I just need to get it done regardless if I'm inspired or not. But when it comes to like music or like art, I think a lot of inspiration just comes from things that I've experienced, like stuff that actually happens to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really, I don't know. You can take inspiration from anything though. And I heard that in that book, The 50th Law. And honestly, I mean, I remember even little things like my uncle didn't know that Michael Jackson had videos on YouTube for his music. So then I showed him the Thriller video, which is like 10 minutes long. And he was like, what in the world? It's like a whole movie. I'm like, yeah, man, that shit like watching Disney. You know what I mean? Like for real. I mean, I caught inspiration from it just from that little moment, being willing to like show him and just not be like, oh yeah, he had music, whatever, walk off. You know what I'm saying? I just sat there and was like, you know what, I'll show him and just see what he's got. And when I watched it, I was just like, oh shit, like that boy was really doing it. So, I mean, it's in my brain. I'm assuming it would be turned into inspiration subconsciously somewhere, somehow.
That makes sense, actually.
So, yeah, because I mean, I like the fact, like I picked up on it. Little things that I had picked up on from those videos were like, you know, the fact that he was just, it was a whole choreography. Like everybody was there for him and they all had a role to play. And I'm sure they practiced for hours and hours and hours. You know what I mean? And it's just a production. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I got out about that entire thing.
So you just find inspiration everywhere in life,
everywhere,
and then use it accordingly. Yeah. You don't. I know sometimes artists will go sit in the forest around the trees to get inspired for painting nature. you're saying that you just take any aspect of life,
Right. Yeah.
when you need inspiration, think back to it and then use it going forward.
I can see it in anything. I feel like I can change my perspective on any situation, no matter what it is, if it's bad or good. Because I mean, I try to see God in everything. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always a little bit of good in every situation. Even if it's bad, you can try to flip it and see it in a way that'll help you or benefit you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, inspiration can come from anything. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's true. It sounds more like you don't look for certain inspiration. Rather, you use your mind to project inspiration from anything, which sounds to me like it's a perspective thing.
Yeah, like don't be afraid to create something out of nothing.
Right.
Like, you can literally create something out of stardust. Like, these people who had created something, obviously there was a long line of things that inspired them to be who they were, and then they created something. But don't be afraid to just create something from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can literally make something out of nothing, out of thin air. Just produce it out of your soul. You know
it's all in your brain already, right?
Don't be afraid to be authentic and make a noise like that you only have. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'll give you one right now. Like that shit.
Yeah.
Checkers, French fries.
Checkers,
you know what I'm saying?
French fries. What you're saying too is to stop copying people.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be like everybody else.
Yeah, pretty much. Just be your own thing. Take inspiration from shit that you get. Don't take it from somebody else. Like, if you see somebody like, oh, they got a Ferrari. Now I want to get a Ferrari.
Right.
Why? You know what I'm saying?
Just because everyone else has it. I think they sell inspiration now. And I mean that by, you go on Instagram, you watch gym motivationals, money motivationals, whatever it may be that you're interested in. They make motivational videos for that. And they're marketing motivation to you and inspiration. And you sit there and scroll for an hour getting all this inspiration, motivation. And then you set the phone down and probably go jerk off like a fucking loser, when you felt so inspired on those videos and you put all those views into it and you're like, I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to be a rapper, and you just got sold by the capitalism.
Yeah, pretty much. And then some people can listen, speaking of inspiration, I was listening to Andrew Tate. It was like a motivational speech about how to speak, weird enough. And he was just saying, like, man, if you're trying to sell something or you're trying to sell your brand, your art, whatever it is, and you just start stuttering, like, imagine two salesmen, but this one starts like this. All right, so let me tell you, this is what I'm gonna you know what I'm saying? He done lost it. But the second person that comes in is like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna explain this to you in detail. This is what it does. Everything, you know what I'm saying? This is who I am. This is what I create. This is where you can find it. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the guy that's gonna get the sale because he was confident about it. He was normal. He was like, I don't know how to explain that, but I mean,
shout out Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah, but then at the end of the video, he was like, and somebody will hear all of this for hours, just sit here and listen to me speak for no reason, and then still, right after they shut the video off, they're gonna fucking put their phone down and they're not gonna do a damn fucking thing. Like, nope. Literally, they just won't. Like, some people, they just will not.
Do you think that a lot of people aren't designed to do anything? Like, they're just minions? Because what I'm saying is, you can't have 100% of people being rappers, being rich, having Bugattis, because if 100% of people had all these things, then that would be normal and there would have to be something higher to strive for. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't be accomplishment. It wouldn't be worth going for if everyone had it. Like, if everyone was born with a Bugatti and a rap career and, a perfect gym body, then they wouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah, there's balance to everything. Obviously, there has to be the consumer for there to be the creator, the one that sells. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to have a leader and followers.
Yeah, but at the end, like, I wouldn't say that there has, like, some people aren't meant to be like that. Like, everybody has the same capability, but some people, their brains are like a fucking muscle. So, like, the more they work out in their mind fear, every time they let it win, as opposed to, oh, you know what, I can go out and connect with some people and do some shit. But there, in their minds, is a muscle. So when they say, oh no, I'm going to let fear distract me and not make me do that, their brain gets stronger each time they do that. And then eventually they're so used to it that they just end up doing nothing.
Their fear is so strong, it overpowers everything.
Yeah, their mind, they get so comfortable, like muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying is because they get so comfortable or so used to just not doing not taking the step forward. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that they're meant to be like that. Everybody has the same capability to get up and do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and you chose to be you. You could have been fucking, you know what I'm saying, Michael Jackson.
Is that a good thing?
I don't know.
That's debatable.
Probably not, but I heard it in the video.
No, you definitely have. Most of us that are discussing this have the same capability. We got 2 legs, 2 arms, and a brain. And you know, you'll see a guy in a wheelchair without 2 legs, missing an arm, with a paralyzed spine, and that motherfucker's doing more than a lot of people that have full capability. So you can have it all and throw it away. You can have nothing and still go get it all. And anybody who thinks they're at a disadvantage because, well, I'm not skilled enough to talk on a camera, I'm not skilled enough to be a rapper, they don't understand that precocity and perseverance really is what it takes, not having all the assets at birth.
Yeah, and I feel like that ties into like what I said earlier was about the whole perspective thing. Like, it doesn't matter. I can take inspiration whether I'm in a good situation or a bad situation, you know what I'm saying? Because I try to see the good in everything, but some people can't do that. They make excuses, or they start saying reasons why they can't do something because that's what their brain is so used to doing. You know what I'm saying? They start naming reasons why they shouldn't do something rather than doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's natural.
Do you think that's also because they don't actually want to do the thing? Like people say, I want to be a rapper because it sounds cool, but they don't actually want to deal with the problems of being a rapper. They don't want to deal with the effort and work that's put in. And so they say they want to be it because that's a cool thing to be. They say they want to be on another type of thing that people want to be and say it all the time is traveling. I want to travel. I want to be a backpacker. I want to be van life, but they don't want to sleep in the back of a van in the cold weather or have failures with their vehicle or shower at truck stop showers. And then they sit there, I want a van life. I want to go to all these cool places. And they scroll all these videos and like all these videos. And then they make all these excuses not to, and really it's because they don't actually want to. They want the feeling of what they think they see on Instagram of all the prime moments and all the glory and all the sparkle, but they don't want it in the full capability because they can't deal with all the problems that come with it. So I think excuses are just showing where people's interests actually lie. If you actually wanted to do something or be something, you would do it.
Yeah, 100%. Some people are just lazy, but I think it all just comes down to fear. Some people are just scared. They're scared.
Yeah.
Scared to make.
Do you think fear is taught and instilled in us? Or do you think it comes naturally?
Actually, naturally. I think fear, because there is a healthy amount of fear. It keeps you alive, keeps you aware. But
the only natural fear is falling. There's always the fear of falling, and every other fear is bred into you.
Could be taught. Because I mean, you can even get used to falling. Skateboarders.
Yeah, I still think it's they say it's an innate fear. Like if you're on the edge of a cliff, the reason you think about jumping is it's your brain telling you that that's a bad thing to do, and it makes you think about it so you don't do it.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
Your mind starts getting so strong in the area of becoming scared. Like you're just like, you naturally avoid the right thing or what you want to pursue because you're just like, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying?
And I think a lot of people teach their kids to be scared. Right. They teach their kids that, well, you don't want to do that because bad things will happen. And it's so that the parents don't actually have to parent and teach their kids how to deal with a bad situation. Instead, they just tell their kids some crazy story about how if they go out at night alone, they'll get chopped up in a bag.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely your life will not start until you leave your parents' house.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. Like,
for sure.
I don't care how much persuasion or how much you think you can tell them that'll persuade them to make you think you're a fucking adult or you done changed or did something, but at the end of the day they will only see you with that lens of you are my baby, you know what I mean?
They're always going to cushion you to some degree.
How much you accomplish in life and try to convince them, but they'll always see you like
I think that's a modern thing. I think in the in history we taught kids to be strong, we taught kids to be fearless, we taught kids to be warriors. That's what made the Roman Empire so strong. Is all
I'm gonna show my kids to be one.
Yeah, but I think you have to lead them, but you also have to have patience. Not just hand them a phone when they're 2 years old. Not make them scared of everything so they don't do anything wrong.
That's so weird because I was born in a generation with phones. I think I started seeing it in like when I was about like 12. I had a phone. Maybe 10, but like I remember
4-year-olds nowadays with phones.
Yeah, I remember being like 8 years old with a flip phone, and I was sitting there trying to press. I had to press the buttons, like the numbers, and so many times to get to the N or the fucking. You know what I'm saying? I remember sitting there trying to walk down the street doing this.
That's where text lingo comes from because it took so many goddamn presses just to say BRB or OMW. That's why, and now everyone still talks like that just because they're fucking illiterate.
Yeah, and it's kind of strange because it's like, damn, like I forget I even did that.
Yeah, 10
I've
cents.
seen that.
Do you remember when it was 10 cents to text, like per text?
No.
Yeah, it was 10 cents a text. So you get a preloaded card, you might put $20 on, and it was like 50 cents a minute or 20 cents a minute and 10 cents a text. So over the whole month, you might get 20 texts and 5 phone calls. So that's all your parents, could afford, was to give you $20 for your phone if you did your chores. Now these kids, they got that unlimited data, unlimited calling, unlimited texting, and now we're in such a connected era. I feel like it's actually just completely disconnected everybody, because they go home, sit on their phone, and they get the attention they're seeking, they get the validation they're seeking, they get the interaction they're seeking, but they don't get real interaction with people. They're not there in front of people. They're not out gallivanting and doing dumb shit as kids and experiencing life. They're sitting at home behind a screen, thinking they're experiencing life through the lens of somebody else, like social media influencers and artists. I think it's a huge problem.